I'm interviewing the leading candidates for governor about important issues facing Californians. I'm Sophia Bolag. I'm a state politics reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. Here are a few excerpts from my conversations with the candidates. To read more from my interviews and to see our complete voter guide, go to sfchronicle.com.
I don't refute that idea or that description of Los Angeles, but it's not the Los Angeles I left. That's the key. In fact, what you just said about homelessness under Democrats, that's true for affordability, the cost of gas, the cost of housing, the cost of utilities, a lot, the fraud and waste we see in government. All of that has happened in Sacramento when Democrats were in charge. So I actually understand that sentiment. What I need to clarify, Sophia, is when I left LA, we had a fraction of the homeless. I made the decision because the challenges that we face are great. And too many people worry about making the tough calls, upsetting the special interests, challenging them because they want to keep their job or because they're looking for the next job. And I believe that the crisis we face, we don't have 4 or 8 years, frankly. We got to get on this. People are losing confidence in government. They don't like the Republicans, but they don't like the Democrats either. The Democratic brand is at 22% or something like that. And the Trump brand is in the toilet. That's not the way we should do it. I do believe the state has a right and a responsibility to lead the country on climate change. What I'll say is I'm going to focus on doubling down, building a grid, on building those charging stations, because you could have that goal. And right now, we're not going to meet it by a lot, not because of Trump, but because we haven't built a grid and because we haven't built the charging stations. That's what I'm going to focus on. We have to protect children's safety, safety overall, that we have to um, make sure that we're not being heavy-handed with an industry that is just burgeoning and still, you know, in in its infancy. While at the same time, we've got to be clear. If it's true that AI is going to eliminate millions of jobs, hold it. We got to double down on workforce development. Uh, AI is a productivity tool that people say can help um, people do their jobs better. But if it supplants those people in a way that um, creates millions of unemployed, uh-uh, we got to slow it down. We cannot have that. So I want to identify the occupations and the industries that'll be most impacted and train people for jobs of the future that exist now. But the government will have to say, hold it. We're not putting millions of people out of a job and on the streets without some planning and forethought that makes sure there's, you know, a balance to what we're doing going ahead.